The festive season brings merriment and cheer, but not always for Wiltshire Wildlife Hospital. Over this winter period, they're housing as many as over 250 hedgehogs.
It sounds strange because obviously in the general public the hedgehog numbers are decreasing, but I think because the public now are aware that the hedgehogs are on the decline, we're seeing more and more coming in. So it's gone up in our world. So we probably deal with about 700 a year, and that may well rise this year. Well, this time of year now we've had some really cold weather, so if you find a small one that's out in the day, it's not going to be very well probably. So that needs to be picked up, popped in a box with something to bed down into, and give the Wildlife Hospital a ring. Paper's fine, ripped up paper. Not sawdust or shavings. Sometimes people put them in sawdust and shavings, but they just sniff it up, and you know that can cause a respiratory irritation. So a towel is fine.
The reason why wildlife suffers more at this time of year is because of the freezing conditions.
If you've got something that's on the ground, you know, not moving, not flying, obviously if it's a bigger animal you need to get advice and not touch it, because there are certain animals that you mustn't touch because there's danger of getting bitten. But obviously if it's a bird, if you can put it in a box and put it in the dark and then give us a ring. If it's a bigger animal, on the spot, give us a ring straight away, and then we can come out and deal with it. They're all going to be frightened, some worse than others, so it's just people do tend to make a lot of noise around an animal sometimes, and they forget a wild animal, you must be really quite quiet around them. So keep your voice down, especially something like a deer, badger, fox. Keep your voice down.
If you come across wildlife in distress, the hospital can give you advice on how to deal with the situation.
So you'll find, you know, if you get a really cold spell, you'll get some of the birds of prey that don't cope. Especially if the ground gets a bit frozen, they can't eat, so you'll be getting, you know, say buzzards in kestrels, which haven't been able to cope with the weather. The other animals, I mean, the badgers, the foxes, they do get by. The deer, you get the deer in, but they're mostly road traffic accidents, most of those. And with those, we can save them if they're not too badly injured.
The hospital relies on help from their volunteers to survive, and those working at the hospital find it a rewarding task to nurse Wiltshire wildlife back to health.
Everything that's going on, I see a part of everything that's going on with all the animals, the hedgehogs, the foxes, the birds and the squirrels.
So what made you decide to want to volunteer for Wiltshire Wildlife Hospital?
Hedgehogs coming in my garden and I didn't know how to help them and what to do, so I looked up advice online and found out the rescue centre was just over the road from me, so I thought I'd help out a little bit where I can.
The Wiltshire Wildlife Hospital has been open since 1993 and have already moved premises because of the amount of wildlife they take in every year. They operate solely on donations, and winter is their busiest time of year. Ali Monjak, That's TV.